for the Aladdin show with Brad Kane, the singing voice for Aladdin. We're in line right now. We have a line behind us. Still pretty early though. Just got the El Capitan, waiting in line to meet some people, get some autographs, fun times. Check in a bit. Here we are waiting for some of the talent here. We have interesting sculptures and such. Just waiting in line. Everyone's getting a good time, which is good. So, just being patient.
I'm good, how are you?
Hey, good to meet you.
It's good to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Robina performed Jasmine for us in our live-action reference. You'll see it tonight. We're going to show some. And Rob played Aladdin. Rob Willoughby right over here.
Oh, very nice.
It is.
Good to meet you too.
How are you?
Yeah, sure.
How are you?
How you guys' hands doing?
Hey, we're all animators. We make thousands of drawings. Andy. It's okay.
Okay, thanks. Good to meet you guys. We're going. Anyway, let's go find our seats. Well, I think we're on this side. Okay. Got the concession stand.
But yeah, so it was glorious. I mean, of course, yeah, you're like,
Having a little hot dog before the show starts. Organist is still playing there. How did you feel about meeting the creative content?
So cool. I like meeting, greeting.
Yeah, it'll be fun seeing the movie on the big screen. I never got to see it on the big screen in the theater, but obviously I've seen it many times at home, right? So, yeah.
Welcome to the legendary El Capitan Theatre, and welcome to the Moana countdown of the films of Ron and John, folks. We're coming to the end with Aladdin, a great film showing here tonight at the El Capitan Theatre, folks.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? Yeah! All right, what a fantastic crowd. Welcome to the El Capitan Theatre here in Tinseltown. It's an honor to be here to help celebrate the films of Ron and John. Yeah! this film festival? Who's seen all the films? All right, great, we got a few people. Well, tonight, we're gonna go back to 1992 with the Academy Award-winning Aladdin! Before we bring the men of the hour out, I think we should all welcome them to the stage tonight, just like we did for Hercules the other night. Sound good? Yeah. All right, I want you all to chant with me. Ready? Ron and John! Ron and John! Ron and John! Ron and John!
Thank you, everybody. I'm Ron Clements. I'm John Musker. Anita's over there. Anita's in the house. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I guess this is the last one of these things.
Sorry to say, this is our final appearance on the stage. This is our wonderful audience. Some of you have been here more than one night. Peter and Trish, Robert and David and Dominique, all you people. So thank you for coming. And it's been a thrill to actually see our movies on the big screen. We haven't seen
all
them on the big screen in a long time.
Leading up to Moana,
Right.
which will open
November 23rd, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Please go. Please tell your friends. Please
And the
keep
film-
Disney Studio employed, generally speaking.
We've been working on the movie, and it will be completely done next week.
Yes, it's true. We have finished the picture on Moana, but we're still working on the sound. We traveled to the Skywalker Ranch on Monday morning. Yes, this is crazy big place with that George Lucas built, and we're doing our sound mix up there. And we're just finishing this week, so as of Wednesday, Moana will be completely done. It is not quite done, but I hope you all go see it. I hope you like it.
But going back to Aladdin.
Aladdin, now there was a movie. What was that movie again? No, actually, Howard Ashman, when he was working on Little Mermaid, he had to deal with Disney to do some other films, and it was actually Howard Ashman's idea to do a film based on Aladdin. So Howard wrote a 40-page treatment and wrote some music for Aladdin, and great Howard Ashman, please. But somehow the studio wasn't liking the scripts that were coming out and all that. We finished up Little Mermaid, and
Howard finished up Beauty and the Beast,
Yes.
and then we were actually offered 3 different projects that we might work on at our next movie after Little Mermaid.
Right.
And one of those projects was actually Swan Lake, which is a ballet. But we thought that was too close to Little Mermaid. The other project was a thing called King of the Jungle, and I don't know whatever happened.
Whatever happened? It had lions in Africa. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
did that ever come out?
We kind of no, see that. But we sparked to Aladdin because it just seemed Arabian Nights tales, fun fantasy adventure. It appealed to us a lot, and we liked what Howard had done. We liked a lot of the songs he had written, and so Aladdin got going.
What animator could possibly have the stuff it takes to bring that to life? And fortunately, we found him, and he's here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Goldberg. So Eric, you were actually running your own studio doing commercials in London when this first all came about, were you not?
Yes, I had a company called Pizzazz Pictures, and that was a term they didn't understand in London very well. We'd have people ringing the doorbell and going, "Hello, is this Pizza Pictures?"
Aladdin and Jasmine, very difficult to draw and sometimes to have a consistent performance.
And this was something they did going back to Snow White. They shot Marge Champion, actually young Marge Champion, and did reference footage where it was never traced or anything, but it gave the animator sort of a jumping off point. So we did that on Aladdin as well, and we want to introduce you to Aladdin and Jasmine, the 2 actors who portrayed them in our live action. We're going to show some of their footage here tonight. They haven't seen this in 25 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Willoughby and Rubina Ritchie. Now, looking back, we'll show a clip briefly so they understand what we're talking about. Before we do that, it was such an odd thing because basically they're lip syncing to tracks by Linda Larkin and Scott Weinger. but they're doing
And Brad Kane.
and Brad Kane as well, and they're doing performances.
The salon guy.
What was your take on what you were doing at the time? Did it seem strange?
Really strange. It was probably the funnest and one of the easiest jobs as an actor. We were in this, I guess it was like a warehouse. It was a studio.
Yeah, it was somewhere. It was WDI. I think we shot a lot of it there. Imagineering. There's a little. In fact, well, just to let people. We have a clip, and I have a clicker if I do this right. Let me show you the first clip. I have a few clips to show you, and we'll stand aside here a little bit. But so the first one is Rob, actually, and this is the line you're going to remember from the movie, where he talks about how wonderful Jasmine is. And you're going to see Rob dressed as Aladdin. Very simple sets, very
I
pretty.
believe this stuff has probably never been seen.
I don't think it's ever been seen anyway, so you're in for a treat here. So I don't know which way I need to point the clicker, but hopefully when I point it, here it goes. Let's see what happens.
Ready now.
She's smart, fun, and beautiful. She's got these eyes that just take care. Her smile.
Yes, that was. So the scene was animated by Glenn Keane, the great Glenn Keane. But he looked at the footage. He was there when we shot this with Rob, and he would give Rob notes, and Rob helped give him sort of a first draft of the acting. We did multiple takes, and then actually Glenn could look at this, and it wasn't trace or anything, but he would just inspire certain gestures and attitudes. Now, one more person, please. Welcome to the stage, another important part of Aladdin. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Brad Kane, singing voice of Aladdin.
Love your Apple work. Love your Apple work. All your work and your work. Sir?
Brad,
Mr. Goldberg?
ironically,
Hi.
Brad was, were you a college roommate with Sam Levine or somewhere?
Yeah.
Sam Levine.
Sam Levine was my college.
Sam Levine we worked with at Disney. He was originally, I think, a rough in-betweener, and then he did storyboarding, great story, and then later directing, and he did the show Pen Zero, and ironically, he knew you. They said, oh yeah, I was roommates with, this was after, we went as long after the movie, I think, that he had known you in New York.
Yeah, no, actually, we were roommates before the movie even happened.
You were?
Yeah, and I knew he was a huge fan of Disney animation, and so
Did he draw back then?
He did. Oh no, he drew caricatures of us. He drew caricatures of everybody in the dorms. And the funny thing is, I don't know why we're talking about Sam.
Yeah, I know, we shouldn't be talking about Sam. Let's talk about Brad Kane, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi.
So you performed some music. Was it at for Good Morning America in various places just in the last year or so in connection with Aladdin's sort of anniversary?
Yeah, they re-released Aladdin on Blu-ray last year, and I got the opportunity to sing again with Leia on Good Morning America. The great Leia Salonga, the brilliant.
She's not here tonight.
She's not.
But that was probably just about a year ago, right now.
It was exactly a year ago, yeah. We went on a big tour around the country, and we did Good Morning America. I did Univision down in Miami and sang the song in Spanish. And I don't speak a word of Spanish. I speak hola, but I learned it because it's Univision, and you have to sing to your crowd.
Cool. Now, but didn't we also hear the story involving how many years it was since you had sung it when you sang to your wife, as I recall? Isn't there a story about that?
Yeah, well, I hadn't sang the song since I did the song at the Oscars in I think it was 1993. I didn't sing.
93, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't sing the song again, the Whole New World song, for years and years and years, and people would ask me, will you sing it with me? I had girlfriends and people, just anybody I want. People would say, oh, come on, just sing the song with me. I'll do Jasmine. I do great Jasmine, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. It was very special, and I don't know, maybe I was a bit of a jerk, but when I met my now wife, and when we've been married over 10 years, she made me promise her that, listen, I know you don't sing the song with people, but if we get married, will you sing it with me at our wedding? And so I did, and we sang it at our wedding, and it's on tape, and it's beautiful.
And I'm certain these people would love to hear.
No, I'm not gonna sing the song. We don't have Leia. We don't have. Well, I mean, if you'll all do the Jasmine part with me, we can maybe do a sing-along.
You can be Jasmine, all of you. Okay.
Cool.
Well, then let's try and do it.
Let's try and do it. I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid.
Now, there may be a few people in the house who worked on the movie Aladdin. Are there any people that worked on Aladdin? I see. Can you please stand up, anyone that worked on Aladdin, please?
One last thing. I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. She is seeing the movie tonight here for the first time, so I'm very excited. So thank you, John, for making that possible.
Thank you, Brad. That was great. This has been an amazing week and a half. I think it's been really thrilling. And tonight has been really special.
Yeah, thank you all for coming, all of you who stood in those lines and everything else, and for your support all these years. And it really means a lot to us. Really, we wouldn't be here without you. It's your love of the movies that has kept us going. And thank you to these great talents that we're sharing the stage with. They made these movies possible, and to the ones in the audience as well. It's a very collaborative art form, and the movies only succeed upon the strength of all the members, the artists that we work with, and they are brilliant, and we owe them everything. So thank them all. Thank you all. And enjoy.
At the Capitan Theatre, starting on November 23rd. We do hope you will join us. So now sit back, relax. Up ahead, you've got 90 minutes in that cave of wonders that is Aladdin. Thank you very much, and
enjoy. Well, it just got done seeing Aladdin. Doesn't have it up there right now, but it did before. Anyway. Yeah. No, not bad. But yeah, so what did you think of that?
Still a great movie after all these years. All the more poignant.
And I think one of the directors that we saw earlier was sitting like right a couple rows behind us, right?
Yeah, I wanted to ring his hand, but I could tell he needed to get going too.
Oh yeah, we saw him earlier too.
Exactly. Yeah, great movie, great movie. All the more poignant seeing Robin Williams.
Yeah, it was good to see it in the big screen too, I think.
The crowd went wild when he came on as Genie. Everyone cheered at the end during credits. I had to stay for that.
But yeah, and seeing all those things that...
Those lines that probably flew over your head when you were a kid.
Well, not only that, but when you saw what they were doing in kind of rehearsal, what do they call them? Like
live action reference.
Yeah, and you laugh like, you know, when they're stepping off the carpet, it's actually off a ladder.
Exactly.
So those are kind of in jokes now. You're like, I'm in the know for that.
Everyone was chuckling like, oh, we know what happened. We know what happened. We know what inspired.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk a bit more in the car, but lots of people here. Let's not run in.
Hollywood now is bustling with tourists.
Yes. Always an interesting cross-section of people here.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's what we just saw there. Now we got some free chocolates coming out from Ghirardelli. Yay! Okay, so we are exiting the Hollywood and Highland parking complex. It's a huge complex. It goes way down, a lot of parking spots.
Yeah, we were on level 5, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there are plenty of spots down there, but you know, I'm sure for really big events, you'll be going, I don't know how many levels deep it goes, but you will lose self-service for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the levels, it's how deep it is. Looking out the window there real quick. Paying for parking. Well, we paid already. Good night. Okay, so that's taken care of. So,
yep.
Any other quick thoughts?
Well, I think it was a fun day today.
I enjoyed my day.
We went to the La Brea tar pits earlier today. Learned a lot about that. When there's neither tar nor pits
at the La Brea tar pits.
Yeah. We had a good time here. Met two of the, was it live action?
References.
Live action references. The two directors for Aladdin, maybe was it the head animator?
Something to do with animation.
Yeah.
He was responsible for a lot of the animation, getting the references in.
And then So Brad Kane also came out, the singing voice of Aladdin, and sang A Whole New World.
With the audience as Jasmine.
We were all Jasmine, the best Jasmine ever, apparently. So that was a lot of fun. Hopefully traffic has cleared up a little bit. Because traffic in Hollywood seems to always be bad.
It's always a beast, we'll put it that way.
It never gets good, it just gets less bad. Really.
It's the best way to describe it.
It really is. And when I was working here, even though it wasn't that long, it was always just a feeling of dread.
Here's an example. Look at all these people just darting out.
Yeah, well, that's LA for you, anywhere in LA.
Yeah, well, you think tourists, really?
Yeah, well, I don't even know if it's tourists. It's just people being, like I talked about earlier, Hollywood just really isn't all that it's cracked up to be.
Speaking of.
Yeah. Some people have a death wish.
No kidding.
Yeah, maybe it's just because we've lived here, it doesn't seem that
it's not special.
Magical.
Yeah.
But even living here, I haven't really been to Hollywood that much.
I've only been around a handful of times.
I come here for very specific things. I don't come here to club or whatever people do in Hollywood. I don't even know.
Eat, drink, and be seen, I guess? I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
The first time I came to Hollywood, I think it was a family friend who came by. I think by coming, we just drove down Hollywood. And even back in those days, 10 some odd years ago, ridiculous. So it's like, okay, I've seen it. Big whoop. Now I know why people don't come here. Why locals.
You can show a bit too.
Now I know why locals don't come by. But yeah, that was a good 10 some odd years ago, and I got it.
Well, Hollywood and LA, downtown LA, in some ways, is like New York, where it's not really in your best interest to be driving a car because so much traffic, it takes forever to get places. It wasn't really meant for the traffic it gets.
Nope.
The streets don't accommodate the load, so...
Nope.
And also parking is...
Here's Exhibit A. Everyone's just stopped, waiting for the next light to change, and pedestrians, you can't turn.
Parking is rare, and then when you find it, they charge an arm and a leg because they can.
Yep.
So, yes, you can take public transportation, but it doesn't always go or come from wherever you want to.
You can come just to cross it off your bucket list, but
like
personally, I don't see it.
From Glendale, where I live, to here, it's not the easiest thing. Like, driving is pretty much my best option, or else I have to pay a lot to do transfers and stuff.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not. It's ridiculous that it's not. Now, the Hollywood Bowl, on the other hand, had that shuttle, which was pretty close. It was at the zoo, not a bad drive. And it took like all the worry out of it. That was good. So, they had something like that for this, but this is only one theater. It's a mess.
It's a frame of reference. I believe we're going north on Highland. If my directions are the directions are correct.
Well, eventually we would, hit the Hollywood Bowl if we, took a different route. Yeah. I forget what street it's on exactly, but it's up that direction, toward Universal and all that.
Indeed.
But yeah, it was a good night. Any last thing from you?
I can't think of anything offhand. I had a good night, I had a good day, and a good night, and learned a lot, had fun.
And this is fun, sitting on a green light, because cars can't move.
Well, meanwhile, people obnoxiously speeding ahead and probably changing lanes at the last moment.
Most likely.
Yep, Exhibit A and Exhibit B.
Yeah, let's see where that car comes in.
Public service announcement. Don't be that driver.
Didn't even have a license plate, can't even put him to shame.
Well, you saw it on YouTube first. Ha 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 ha.
Keep an eye on that car. But they're probably gonna get ahead. Like, people, there's a reason why no one's in that lane.
Yeah, there's a method to the madness, as incredible as it sounds in downtown, well, relative downtown.
Look at this, $15 public parking here.
Good grief.
See, that's for the Hollywood Bowl.
And I didn't even get
because
the 15.
there's
there we go.
Yeah, because there's so little parking
to be had
at the Hollywood Bowl. It's first of all, it's where you park and you're kind of boxed in, so you can't get out. I think it's called stacked parking.
Sounds about right.
First of all, there's stacked parking, so once you're in, you're in. Second, they don't have a lot of lots around the bowl itself. They're kind of scattered here and there.
There's a sign, Hollywood Bowl Museum.
Yes.
It's just up the way.
So
it's not in your best interest.
No, it's not in your best interest to drive. A, they have that stacked parking. B, it costs a ton too. So what we did was just park at the zoo. You park for free at the zoo, and then you pay a nominal fee to ride the shuttle. What was it, like $7 or $8?
I think it was $6, $7, about thereabouts.
I mean, you paid less than you would if you were parking there, and you don't have to drive.
Indeed.
We did have a crazy bus driver, but that's beside the point.
Exactly. That's just luck of the draw. Some might even say par for the course.
I really wish I was recording there. Some guy was just really indecisive with his turning, and he was like cursing and yelling,
Our driver,
honking the horn. Yeah. And there were kids on board. Like, oh no, not for the children, not the children.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, and here we are in Hollywood traffic. It's 9:43. And granted, it's the weekend, but it is 9:43, and there's still just bumper-to-bumper traffic. It is ridiculous.
Highland, I believe we are on.
I mean,
Guanafonto.
It might be because the bowl is getting out this time. I don't know if there's a performance, but
people trying to beat traffic and not being very smart about it.
Judging by the sign back there that was talking about
Hollywood
parking, it might be the case. So we might want to find an alternative route.
Indeed.
Until next time.
Over and out.
Bye-bye.